Well, hello, my little sugar snookums. A long time no speak and see. So here's another journal video. This is my personal journal, which I'm creating for July. And I think it's the perfect opportunity to have another chat with you. Don't worry if you want to see the ASMR version of this video. It has already been made, but it will be published a little later because I thought having a chat with you first makes more sense. So for my personal journal, I am going in with some collaging. I have been very busy with changing up my life and my work situation, which is the reason why I wasn't able to upload a lot of videos lately. And I've been missing it, and I was able to create a video here and there, but it never was up to my standards. And I've made this agreement with myself where I do not put out any videos that I'm not completely happy with because it's gonna annoy me till no end. So here we are with a video that I actually like. And for this journal spread, I am creating this very light collage style. As you may already know that I love collaging, but because I have had so much on my mind, a lot of work, a lot of life changes, I decided to create a very simple collage spread, quite minimalistic for my type of style that I usually do. I'm not putting too much paper and color on the page. I'm sticking with earthy tones and this beautiful pressed flower illustration that I love, and we're just gonna stick on the paper what feels right. So if you're journaling along, please grab the things that you really love. And I made 2 mistakes in this journal spread for July 2022, and I just decided to roll with it, not to think about it too long because it's my personal journal, and even the little mistakes tell a story. So I felt actually quite relaxed making this spread without feeling too annoyed about my little mistakes that I sometimes make. So here I am creating the cover page with some scraps. These are leftover ripped paper scraps, and I love using them because they create some depth when you create a collage. Alright, so let's catch up while we journal. Definitely let me know in the comments below how you are doing, because believe it or not, I read every comment on my main channel and this second YouTube channel. I love knowing how you guys are doing. I sometimes have little conversations on Instagram with other women and girls that follow me here, and you do start to connect with each other, and I love that. And so definitely let me know how you're doing. I'd love to get to know you a little better. And so in order for you to get to know me a little bit better, besides knowing me from these beautiful, I think they're beautiful journal spreads, it's good to know that I've been busy with changing up my life for the last 2.5 years. During the pandemic and all of the lockdowns that we had in the Netherlands, I realized that my life was going towards a place that I didn't want it to go, and it's because of my parents, who are thankfully very honest, and they said, girl, we think you're doing stuff that isn't really fitting to you anymore, and they were kind of right. So in some cases, mommy and daddy know best, and you just gotta listen. So next month on August 7th, I'm turning 34 years young. I'm not gonna say old because I don't feel old. I mean, when I was 25, I would have thought that 34 was like super old. But now I'm like, geez Louise, I'm just beginning my life. So yeah, don't be fooled by my age. I'm starting all over again. And what I mean by that is I realized that I was running a marketing and PR agency that I love for the last 7 years. But the way that you work as an agency owner with a team and your clients, it started to become very draining, and I was tied to my desk all the time. And my office lease was about to be renewed in September, and I was like, you know what? I gave myself a year to think about my office. Should I keep it or should I let it go? And last month, I stayed up all night because I just really needed to make the decision. And I decided to stop the lease on my office that I've been in for then 5 years when the lease stops this year. And I am slowly breaking down my marketing and PR agency. And I'm starting a new journey with my online business school called Build My Business. I'm realizing that I want to be more in the educational space. I want to be more of a supporter, an expert / mentor, if you will, a business buddy that helps other business owners save time on running a business. I have more than 13 years of experience in running a business, multiple businesses, different kinds of businesses, and now I realize I just want to share my knowledge to help other business owners and entrepreneurs save time on building a business. That way of working is easier for me because I do a lot of online courses. I'm creating online courses and programs. It allows me to have a little bit more free time for myself. And because I said goodbye to my office, I get to travel around a bit more. So my plan for the next few years is to be a part-time digital nomad because I already know myself. I don't want to be traveling abroad all day, every day. It literally gives me anxiety. But I can do like 2 weeks here and then going back home and then do another 2 weeks a few months later somewhere else. I like being grounded. I like having my own home as a base. I don't want to live from or out of a suitcase. That gives me stress. So that's what I've been working towards, and I've been, finishing up loose ends of my old way of working with my marketing and PR agency. And I'm now transitioning into the online course world as a business owner. And that is quite a new step to take and a lot of new things to learn. And that has been taking up a lot of time. And since we're journaling together, I have to be honest and say that journaling has really helped me come to that decision to really understand where I'm at and where I want to go. Because if you write down how you're feeling and you read that back, you're like, ooh, geez Louise, I thought I was doing really well. But when I actually read what I wrote, it isn't that positive at all. And I realized that I was constantly writing pretty negatively about my former / current life that I'm still in a little bit, with the old way of working as a marketing and PR agency owner. And I was constantly writing quite angrily about my days and the clients that I had, and that I was frustrated and stressed. And it started getting really hard to create journal pages where I was positive about my day. So as you can see in the video, I'm creating a one good thing a day page, which I have in every monthly spread, because I think it's important to look at your day and find at least one good thing per day, whether it's like a super simple thing like finally doing the dishes or calling a friend or having like a really big breakthrough at work. It doesn't really matter. If it's good to you, you write it down. Because I started to look at my life as if it was shit all the time, and it wasn't. It was just my work and my private life that was suffering under my work that was making me feel that way. And through journaling, I realized that. So I really started to understand where my frustration and annoyances came from. And I was like, this is why I need to change up my work and private life. So a few things I've been doing with journaling is quick entries. So I can't show you my entries because they're highly, highly personal. And I hope you understand that I can show you what I actually wrote because, this is really just my brain on paper. And so I would just take a page like this and write down everything that was bothering me and everything that I wanted to achieve And then I would write down what I already did to achieve it and what I could still do to get there. And it turned out that I wasn't doing enough to get to the place where I want to be. And so if you're journaling for July, we're in summertime. This is the time where everyone's on a vacay. Offices are a little bit more silent because everyone's gone. And this is a really good time to reflect and think about what you want to achieve. It is summer, so you're gonna have fun, hopefully, with some friends or make new friends. I am consciously making an effort to see my friends this summer a lot. And I'm also making a very conscious decision to do more to get where I really want to be. So for example, I want to be a part-time digital nomad. I want to go about 1 or 2 months working from my house, and then I want to go to a different country for 2 weeks and work there remotely. And I want to do that for at least a year to see if I like it. And thankfully, I have some entrepreneurial friends who want to do that with me, so I don't have to go alone because I'm a true newbie when it comes to traveling. The last time I went on a vacay is like 8 years ago, and I went with my parents and my brother and my sister. And so everything was taken care of and I didn't have to figure out anything. And I've never been on a solo trip. I never had to book a flight or anything because when we used to go on holidays with my family, we would always go with a car or per train. So yeah, this is a whole new world for me. But I can't wait to start all of these new adventures. I'm already on my way by slowing down my marketing and PR business. I'm slowly taking it down, and I'm starting a new way of working. And I am also checking out little houses in my own country to book a solo trip and give myself my first solo trip, even though it's in my own country and an hour away from my own house. It's a pretty big step for someone who hasn't been traveling ever. So I feel pretty proud of doing that. And I would like to encourage you to also do the same. I mean, you don't have to go travel if you don't want to, but maybe make your first steps towards something you want to do for yourself. Because honestly, I was having this chat with someone else on my main channel, which is about minimalism and slow living. So if you want to check that out, link is always in the first comment below. And we were talking about being in our 30s and feeling like we've, we're super behind, but we're actually very young. It's just that society makes you feel like you're old. Oh, you're 30, something. Oh, then you should have been super accomplished in life. But you know what? Society has changed. People my age are changing their lives up, realizing, thankfully, just in time that they don't have to live a certain way or the way society dictates. So if you feel the same, please start making steps this summer. Use your journal to map out where you want to go. Take those first steps, make it practical, create a plan. That's why we journal. And I hope watching this video and listening to me, I see this as a little podcast between you and me, like a little phone conversation, if you will. And I hope it inspires you to, get some shit done. Oh, and I also made a little mistake here. I wrote scribble, but it's supposed to be scribbles. Anyway, this is a little overview of my July spread. I hope that the positive news that I've shared in this video will help you to feel a little bit more motivated about your own life, to get practical about your dreams and get shit done. And keep journaling with me. And if you like this video, definitely let me know in a comment below. Let me know what you think about the spread. Let me know how you're doing. And subscribe if you want to see more. And then I'll see you next week with another video. Love ya!